Hello, everybody. It is Tuesday, February 3rd, and welcome back to the Nick Watkins Show. I'm Nick Watkins. Let's get into it. We're going to start today with the Sharks game, and then a little bit of NBA news, and then we're going to start talking about the Super Bowl, which I forgot to do yesterday, to be completely honest with you. But we're going to start with the Sharks game. So the Sharks last night lost to the Chicago Blackhawks. 6-3 was the final score. And this game was not good for the Sharks. They got dominated again by a lesser team. It's it was just a bad loss. Okay, so the Blackhawks scored the first four goals of the game. The Sharks had one shot in the first period. Okay, one shot, and the Blackhawks had four goals on their first 10 shots of the game, and they actually ended up with 17 shots in this game, but they scored on six of those shots. The Sharks had 27 shots and only scored on three, and it was too little too late for the Sharks, unfortunately. Um, yeah, this was not a good game. The Blackhawks were on the power play four times in a row. They scored on just one of those. But it just felt like they were dominating the game, and they were. Askarov, he got pulled. He let up four goals and 10 shots, like I said. Nedeljkovic came in. He went 5 for 7, which is still not good. Um, this was not a good performance. And it feels like since that Oilers collapse, the Sharks have just gone into a tailspin, and we are not confident right now. We're not playing good hockey. We're not playing team hockey. We're turning it over a lot. We're not playing clean, fundamental hockey, and it's a problem because we have the best team in the league coming up next game. And after that is a week-long break for the Olympics, and we could be going into the Olympics on a four-game losing streak. This is not good, especially because we are dropping in the points in the Western Conference. Still at 58, we've been stuck there since last Thursday. So that's like 5 days ago. We've been stuck at 58 points. The Kings, the Ducks, the Kraken, the Mammoth, all ahead of us in wild card spots. They're upwards of 60, the highest being 62 for Utah. And then even in our own division in the Pacific, the Oilers and the Golden Knights each have 64 points, and we are slipping, and it is not good. Um, I don't know what the problem is necessarily, but we got to figure it out because this is not the time to be slipping. We are definitely in a cold streak. We've been on a heater basically from December to January, till the end of January, pretty much. But now it's starting to come back down. We're starting to play cold, and that is not good. We can't be having that. We got to get better. Massive test on Wednesday, though, tomorrow against the Avalanche, who have been losing games as of late. Um, but still, it's going to be really tough. It's not a good showing last night. Got to step it up for the Sharks. We're going to talk about the NBA now. There are plenty of trade rumors circling. Trade deadline 2 days away now. And Giannis, it says that the trade offers are progressing. The Bucks are now submitting counter offers to the teams that put in offers for Giannis. Those teams being the Warriors, Knicks, Heat, and Timberwolves. Um, we'll see how it goes. Another player that has been added to trade rumors is James Harden. The Clippers and James Harden could potentially, have a deal to send him elsewhere. The Clippers are 23 and 26. Then James Harden is 25 points, 4.8 rebounds, and 8.1 assists, averaging this year. He's pretty good. He is. It says he's dealing with a personal reason right now, so he hasn't played the last two games. I don't know if that's related to the trade or not, but we could see James Harden being moved. Um, we'll see, I guess. And then Jonathan Kuminga, we don't know how that's going. We haven't really heard anything else. It's mostly been Giannis for the NBA. So Warriors play tonight at home against the 76ers. We have not played in a while. The last game was on Friday, a loss to the Pistons. Here we are now on Tuesday, looking to get a dub against the 76ers. The Warriors are eighth in the Western Conference, 3.5 games up on the Clippers, and 3 games down on the Lakers and the Suns. So kind of a buffer above and below for the Warriors, but this be a good test for the Warriors. See if we can get that win. It looks like Steph is going to be out, so it's going to be even harder. But we'll see how it goes. But with Steph being out, it's unlikely they were going to win. But you never know. We'll see. So now we got that out of the way. I wanted to talk about the Super Bowl yesterday because it was the first day of the Super Bowl week leading up. But I got distracted because Raheem Morris got hired, which I love, by the way. Um, but now it's time to talk about the Seahawks and the Patriots meeting in Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara. So let's just, for today, we have all week to talk about this. Today is Tuesday, so we'll have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And then, of course, Sunday, which is the actual day of the Super Bowl. So I think today we're going to try and pace ourselves here. But today, um, let's talk about both of these teams. And what I want to talk about is how these teams got here. Okay, so we're going to start with the Patriots, who won the AFC Championship to get here. Their season started out. They lost to the Raiders in Week 1, which is crazy to think about, considering how the season ended. And the Raiders had like 2 wins the whole year, and one of them was against the Patriots in the first week. But the Patriots started the year 2-2, and then they went to Buffalo in Week 5 on Sunday Night Football and made a statement by winning that game on national television. And ever since that game, a 23-20 win over the Bills, they were a red hot. So they actually won a game before that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. When was the last time they lost a game? Okay, so they won 10 games in a row before losing to the Bills in what week is this? Week 16? Oh, definitely. They lost to the Bills on December 14th. Well, they had won 10 games leading up to that one, and they ended up winning their last 3 games of the year, putting them at 14-3. Um, and Drake May is definitely the story of this team. He's been outstanding this year. Um, MVP candidate, probably going to finish second in the MVP. New coach Mike Vrabel. He was very successful with Tennessee, but then came back to the Patriots where he played for Belichick to take over as the head coach. Very successful first year. The Patriots 13-4, or was it 3-14? 3-14, I believe. Let me just double check that. 14, 4-13. Okay, so back-to-back 4-13 years for the Patriots in 23-24 and 24-25. And now here in 2025 to 2026, the Patriots are 14-3. That's a massive turnaround and great success for the Patriots. Getting this new coach, second-year quarterback, taken high in the first round, really developed well. The Patriots are rolling right now, and they have been playing. They played very well in the regular season. The postseason has been a little bit iffy for them. The offense has taken a step down. Drake May has been sacked 5 times in each of the 3 playoff games. They were facing very good defenses every single time, but with a little bit injured O-line, Drake May under heavy pressure all 3 of those games. And the offense, which has been very, very good in the regular season, throwing and running the football, came down a little bit. But the defense, which is also very good, rose to the occasion. And they have been playing lights out as of, for the whole the whole postseason. Held the Chargers to 3 points, held the Texans to 16, and the Broncos to 7. They forced a ton of turnovers, and the defense has really rose up in order to help them win games because the offense taken a little bit of a step down. So um, for the Patriots, there's still kind of the questions of, can Drake May and the offense show up in this big game? And we'll address those questions later on. But it's kind of like, especially because I'm a Niner fan, so I've been very focused on the NFC. The questions that I've been asking about Sam Darnold and the Seahawks really can be directed towards the Patriots and Drake May now because the Seahawks have proven themselves. They won last week in a close game. The Patriots, although it was a close game, it was a different kind of close game, and the offense really hasn't had to, go crazy in order to win a game. We'll see how it goes though, but we there are definitely unanswered questions on the Patriots side of things, especially considering Drake May has a shoulder injury. He says he's questionable, but I mean, come on, it's the Super Bowl. He's going to play through that. So that's the Patriots. They won against the Chargers. They won against the Texans. They won against the Broncos to get to the Super Bowl. They are the AFC champions. Now, they will be facing the Seattle Seahawks, who are also 14-3, and their season started with a loss. Okay, it started with a loss at the hands of the San Francisco 49ers. What a great game that was for the Niners. But after that game, they really played good football. I mean, they went 3-1 to start the year in September, and in October, 2-1. They had their bye week. November, let's see, they won 4 out of 5 in November. In December, they won every single game, and then they beat us to finish off the regular season. So they, after the Rams lost, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 game win streak to end the year. They beat us in they beat the Rams in the game of the year. They beat us in the Saturday showdown. Winner take all, winner take the 1 seed and the division. They smoked us in that game. Okay. And then once the playoffs started, man, they crushed us again, 41-6, domination. And then they beat the Rams in a very, very close game where they also looked very good. The offense actually had to do something, and they did it. They did very well in that game, and they answered all those questions. And now here they are in the Super Bowl. So the Seahawks under second-year coach Mike Macdonald and Clint Kubiak, the offensive coordinator, who will be the Raiders head coach next year, along with new quarterback Sam Darnold, who revived his career, went from San Francisco, sat there, to Minnesota, played excellent until the end, then got to deal with Seattle, and he has been great this year. Good for Sam Darnold. I mean, really. They also have Jackson Smith-Njigba, who is first in receiving yards this year. Great receiver, turning into a true number one receiver. The offense is very good. The defense is also very good, especially the defensive line. The dark side, as they call them. That's kind of cringy in my opinion. But that's besides the point. The Seahawks are a very good team, and the Seahawks are probably the hotter team coming into this. They had to go through a tough game against Los Angeles to get here. They are battle tested more than the Patriots are because the Patriots' schedule is kind of weak this year. Seahawks, not the strongest schedule, but they still won 14 games to get here in a very tough NFC West division. So these are two teams that have defenses playing at the top of their game, two teams with very efficient offenses that can, move the ball down the field, run and pass. This is a good, evenly matched game. I think the Seahawks are definitely the hotter team coming into this. But for my pick, I have to stick with the Patriots just because I picked them to win it all at the start of the postseason. So I'm sticking with that prediction. I'm definitely rooting for the Patriots. But realistically, I'm probably going to take Seattle in this one. And we're going to get into all those reasons as the week goes on. We'll get into all the stories. We'll have people on to talk about it. But those are just my first impressions. And how these teams ended up being here. They've each had um, great seasons for each of them. They won their respective conference, and now they got a shot to win it all in the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 60 on Sunday, Sunday the 8th. So yeah, that's gonna do it for today's episode. Just kind of a little table set day. I mean, the Sharks game sucked last night, so didn't really want to talk too much about that. What needed to be said was said, and then just previewing some Super Bowl stuff. It's gonna be a fun week. Super Bowl week always is. Ton of stories. We'll get into some more topics, some more questions, stuff like that. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe. We're almost at 100. That's great. Like the video, comment some questions if you want to, some topics to discuss. And yes, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.